I want to do in this mini class that comes with my activity and coloring book is just show you a few of the materials that I'm using. The whole idea behind mixed media coloring is for you to pull in as many medias or embellishments, stickers, etc. that you like, and basically to create a drawing that is fun to do and has, if any, very little rules. So I'm just going to walk you through a few of the things that I use. This is by no means an exhaustive list, nor is it a list that you have to follow totally and completely. I do like using watercolor pencils. So I've tried a few different brands. I like the Prima brand a lot, and I do like the Stabilo brand as well. I also am trying out the Ecoline brush pens, and I'm enjoying using these. I'm using some normal felt tip markers. You could use those or brush pens, any sort of markers that you have. Watercolors are of course also very important. I absolutely love them. I use the Prima sets and I also use the Zig pearlescent watercolor jewel box. I really like the way this works. I'm also using some adhesive gems. I'm using some bubble wrap. You will see it in different projects in this mini class. Good old acrylic paint. You can use washi tape. So you can choose different colors. You can choose silver and gold markers to add some interest. I also like using the Molotow markers a lot. I think that's the way you pronounce it. I'm using stencils in some of my projects. You can also use found items like this Punchinella and use it as a stencil. Ink, texture stamps, and I love using a water brush, so I use this water brush. Of course, a scissor. I've got a water bucket, some paint brushes, and like I said, this isn't an exhaustive list and this isn't the list to follow, but I just wanted to share with you some of the things that I use to give you some inspiration. You can just start out with color pencils or just watercolors or just markers. There are no rules, but I just wanted to show you all the different things that can be used if you have them, or also give you some sort of direction as to how to build your coloring stash and add different media. So supposing you have watercolor pencils, maybe the next thing that you will want to buy would be a set of markers. If you have the markers, then you know, maybe you want to buy some acrylic paints, crayons, pastels. There are no limits and no rules. So let's get started. Short demo video of mixed media coloring. Mixed media coloring is exactly what it sounds like, coloring, but using lots of different mediums. So in this video tutorial, I just wanted to share with you the different techniques, etc. that I use, but there are no rules, and I'm sure you will come up with many ways of your own to play with concept. So I use everything from paints to pastels to washi tape. I'm going to be using different kinds, to stencils, watercolors, markers, watercolor pencils, doilies maybe. One of my favorite materials to use is bubble wrap. This is so awesome to create some texture on the page. I'm also going to use little stickers. These are little gems. You can use stamps. So basically anything and everything that you want and anything that you find in your craft stash. So the reason why I have such a variety of stuff is that I want to show you how everything looks. You don't have to have so much stuff. You don't have to limit yourself. It's really all about just, you know, having fun. So I'm starting out with this coloring page from my new coloring kit, and I'm going to start by creating some marks on the background. Now you can do that in several different ways. You can use paint, and I literally just take the paint and brush it onto the bubble wrap just like that. Now the whole idea is layering. As in any mixed media project, it's all about the layers. So I'm not going to be super careful about where my paint goes, but I do know that I want to mostly cover the white background. So in this way, you add some interest to the places where you might not be getting color otherwise. So we've gone ahead and done that. And I'm now going to add another layer of color. And again, I'm not going to bother about cleaning my brush or my bubble wrap. I'm just adding layers right now. There, I think I'm kind of happy with that. I'm going to leave that like this. Now I'm going to go in and start adding some color to my flowers. And I've heard so much about the Ecoline markers, and I'm super excited to give these a try. So I'm going to start with a pink. I'm going to go in for this flower over here. Give it a little bit of a watercolory effect if you want. They do. Blend pretty well. So I'm going to go in and do all my large flowers with these Ecoline brush pens. Now I'm going to use some watercolor pencils, and I'm going to show you how those look. You can even mix different mediums, like we've done the brush markers here, but you might want to go in with a pink color pencil and add some more color, and it just brings the whole thing, in my opinion, it just brings it, makes it pop out of the page and makes it come alive. Here I'm going to do some blending with watercolor pencils. So for me, coloring really becomes a way to experiment now with different mediums. It's like I have this sheet and I can color it in any way that I want. So I can experiment with putting different things together. bringing different mediums together, see how well stuff blends. It's also a great way for me to see which new materials, art materials I like. And for me, I mean, this whole exercise is more fun when I don't have to worry too much about keeping within the lines, or coloring each little petal separately. There are so many things that you can do with your colored sheets once they're finished. You can turn them into notebook covers. You can make really big cards out of them. You can frame them, make wall art. So lots of different possibilities. Now, as you can see, I've done this in no particular neat fashion, and the effect though is it's just going to be really, really pretty. And even going a little bit outside the lines with the watercolor kind of looks nice, not bad. There, and now I can kind of see it come alive. I really like the direction it's taking. I do want my peacock to be purple. I'm torn between a purple and a green, but I think I'm going to go with purple. That's very majestic. But in true peacock style, I do want there to be more colors. And so I'm going to try to blend in some of the watercolor pencils with the brush pen color as the base. It just makes